I'm wanting to fit 2 blinds to this window. How would I go about measuring for a blind inside the window, and what kind of equipment would I need for it?
The first important piece of equipment you need is a steel tape measure and not a cloth tape measure, as they stretch and aren't very accurate.
And would I measure in centimetres or inches?
Neither. Best way to do it is actually millimetres. It's far more accurate.
Okay.
And what type of blind was it you wanted for the inside of the recess?
It would be a roller blind.
A roller blind, okay. Do you want the blind reverse rolled or standard rolled?
What's the difference with them?
Okay. With the standard roll, the fabric will come down the back of the blind, so it keeps tighter to the frame. The reverse roll is when it comes over the front, and the only time you really have a reverse roll blind is when you have a pattern material and you want to hide the roll across the top.
Sure.
First thing you need to look out for is where the blind is going to be fitted, and that can be decided by a number of factors. You've got to look for window handles projecting so that the fabric doesn't catch on the handles. You also need to look for the fact that some recesses aren't perfectly square, and this isn't. Now with this particular window, we have quite a low spot here, so the best place to fit the blind to will be the window frame. Now for roller blind purpose, the brackets at the top is the widest part, so that's where you need to measure from. So on this window it's 1870.
Okay.
On the drop, you need to measure in 3 places.
Right.
So far left corner, in the centre, and on the right hand side. Now we know there's a low spot here, so what we'll do is we'll measure that just to be on the safe side, and that is in fact a centimetre smaller than the 2 corners.
So with pulleys, what options do I have for this type of window?
You've got 3 options. You've got left hand control, right hand control, or centre spring.
Okay.
Basically what you need to look out for are obstructions getting into the windows. So if you've got a sofa on the left, put the controls on the right.
Yeah.
And I think we'll do that on this window.
We'll do that one.
Yeah. And that's about all you need to do really on the roller blind. So what type of blind did you want for the outside of the recess?
It would be a wood Venetian.
Okay, there's a couple of things we need to take into consideration on an outside recess blind. We need to work out how far the blind's going to overlap the window. Now, normally we'd look at the windowsill overlap. Now we've got a nice bit of overlap on this windowsill.
Okay.
But on this window we've got a nice piece of wood there, so we'll actually use that to measure from. Okay. It's only one measurement. You stick the tape measure to the outside of the wood and measure to the outside of the other side. So it's 2035 millimetres. For the drop, you will need to do 3 measurements across. On the left, the middle, and again on the right here. And that is 1310.
Okay. So that's it, I've got my measurements. What's next?
Next thing you need to do is order your blind. It's really important that the measurements are accurate, and also make sure you tell them which blind is going inside and outside the recess, so they can make the right allowances to the blinds. And that is it.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you.